Peter Parker vs. Evil Dead Rise by AzirapheleCo on AO3. Peter Stark hates horror movies. Yes, even though he's a superhero who's fought aliens, he still hates horror movies. Even as a kid, when Tony would take him to the bookstore, he dreaded passing the Goosebumps aisle. There was a major difference between the thrill of watching criminals and the thrill of seeing someone mutilated on the screen. So why did he agree to this? That Monday, MJ had invited him and Ned over for a Halloween movie night. Peter hoped she picked something like The Nightmare Before Christmas or Hocus Pocus. However, the universe was not on his side. MJ had suggested they watch the new Evil Dead. Since they were at the Catalan practice and Flash was so close, Peter pretended to love the idea, and Ned genuinely loved the idea. That Friday night, Happy drove him over to MJ's house. "How was school, kid?" Happy asked. "School is fine," Peter answered. "Boring." "It usually is," Happy responded. As soon as they reached MJ's apartment building. "Is it just you and MJ, or is your friend Ted coming over?" "Ned's coming over," Peter said. "Thanks for the ride." "Anytime," Happy said. "It's part of my job." Peter exited the car. He entered the building and took an elevator to MJ's floor. He knew the way to MJ's apartment like the back of his hand. He arrived there less than 5 minutes late. Peter knocked on the door and MJ quickly opened it. "There you are," MJ said. "Ned just got here. We're popping the popcorn." MJ allowed Peter into her apartment. The movie was already pulled up on HBO Max, and Peter's stomach was twisting just looking at the poster. The creepy look on the demon-possessed woman's face sent shivers down Peter's spine, though he kept a straight face. MJ and Peter went to the kitchen, where Ned was already popping himself some popcorn. "Hey, Peter," Ned said. "Hi," Peter said. "How did you do on that math quiz?" Ned asked. "I think I did all right." "Me too," Peter said. The microwave went off, and Ned collected his bag from it. MJ grabbed an unpopped bag and put it in the microwave. Peter didn't know if he was going to be able to eat. He checked out the movie's IMDb page. He knew how severe the film would be, but he didn't want MJ or Ned to think he was a chicken. He's Spider-Man after all. A little horror movie shouldn't be too bad. Oh, how Peter was wrong. He didn't know how you could use a cheese grater in such a grotesque way. He found himself looking under the covers several times. To his relief, Ned and MJ's eyes were glued to the screen the entire time. MJ turned on the living room lights once the movie ended. "Hey, babe," MJ said. "You okay? You look like you've seen a ghost." "I'm fine," Peter lied. "I thought the movie was great," Ned said. "Me too," MJ said. "Are you sure you're okay, Peter?" "Yeah," Peter said. "Dad wanted me home straight after the film. I'm gonna go send him a text." A few hours later, Peter woke up in a cold sweat. He let out a fear-filled noise. The cheese grater thing haunted his mind. There was so much blood. He didn't even like seeing criminals' blood when he was Spider-Man. The lights in his room turned on. "You okay, Pete?" Tony asked. "I was getting some water, and I heard you." "I'm fine," Peter said. "I knew you were going to do badly when you said you and MJ were going to watch a scary film," Tony said. "I didn't say anything, but I know you." "I didn't want Ned and MJ to think I'm a scaredy cat," Peter confessed. "You're an Avenger," Tony said. "You don't have to prove that to anyone. The last thing you are is someone who's timid. Here, how about we watch Star Wars until you're ready to go back to sleep?" "I'd like that," Peter said. "Thank you." "No problem," Tony responded. "You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You're a Stark."